So we're going to do the auscultating lung sounds video, and I would perform hand hygiene and then walk in the room, introduce myself, and then I would ask the patient for 2 identifying factors, his name and birth date, and then check his chart and let him know that we're going to be doing that I'm going to check his lungs out today. So I'd want to expose his chest and also be able to expose his back, because we're going to check out the front and the back. And so you would need to know ahead of time what conditions he has, because all of that could affect his lung sounds. So when I'm listening to his lung sounds on the front, you're going to want to listen to the upper airway, the tracheal and the bronchial airway, and then down deeper into the vesicles here. And then so I'm going to want to go up here on the sides, and then go a little bit lower, and then from side to side, because you're going to be comparing this side's lung sounds with this side's lung sounds. And then you go down here and then over at the ends. Okay, and so you're looking for adventitious lung sounds, and they may need you, if you as you're listening with the diaphragm of your stethoscope, as you're listening, if you hear something in there, maybe you can ask the patient to turn their head and cough and try to clear some mucus out to maybe it'll change the sounds in the respiratory area. And then when I'm listening to lung sounds on the back, the same concept with on the front is you want to avoid bones. So you're going to avoid the scapulas, and on the front you're going to avoid the ribs and the sternum. You're going to try to listen to the lung sounds in the intercostal spaces. And so on the back, you're going to go back, and you're going to have a specific diagram to follow, and you're going to start at the top, and you're going to listen at the top here. You're going to avoid the scapula, and you're going to avoid the spine. So you're going to go on the space. The space is back and forth on either side of the spine, back and forth, and then you're going to go down. You're going to go across, and then down, and then across, and then down, and across, and across, until, and then finally on the sides, and then all the way over. And so you're checking all of the lobes. You're listening for wheezing, crackling, rhonchi, stridor. All of those are sounds that would tell you whether there was, or gurgling, whether there was liquid in there, or whether there's a lower airway obstruction or an upper airway obstruction, or whether there's diminished lung sounds, which could maybe mean that they have fluid in their lungs. So all of that are things that you're looking for when assessing lung sounds in your patient. And so record your results, and then they may need to be on like a check every hour, every 2 hours, where you may need to have them do deep breathing exercises and coughing and things like that. Okay, and you leave the patient the way that you found them, bed lowered, and perform hand hygiene and document.